Mi gente, ya tú sabes la vibra. We're here at the Kitchen DMV. My name is Rami Forte, and we're bringing a brand new show to you all, interviewing the top artists in the DMV all over the East Coast. Everybody's welcome, and there's only one way we do it, and that's how you do it, con altura. Ya tú sabes. Hey, what's good, big homie? What's good?
Got okay.
Yo, I'm here with Noah, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm not gonna lie, I feel great. I feel like the universe is, like, the stars are aligning, so I feel great.
You feel good, man. The universe is aligned. You're a very philosophical person, man. How has that contributed to your success so far? Because I know you personally, you're very philosophical. You dropping gems all the time. So how has that contributed to your success?
Man, I feel like that's who I am at the end of the day. Like, I'm a person that I'm about vibrations, energy, frequencies. So, like, I don't know if it's a gift and a curse, but I've been blessed with, like, people that come around me and, like, give me a lot of information and wisdom. So, like, I've learned a lot about astrology. So even my projects, I base them around astrology. So I'll pick dates that are based around when the full moon is here, when the retrograde, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of my music and a lot of my stuff is based around literally the universe.
No, that's fine. So it's like a very like positive mindset for you to keep. I think it's important as an artist, right? So it contributes to like your progress and your growth. I feel you, man. That's dope. So like, what is your zodiac sign since we're on that topic?
Hey, man, I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo? Look, it's so funny, like, dudes talking about zodiac signs. What's your zodiac now, man?
It's crazy because when you meet somebody and then that topic comes, it's like that one line between before they know you and then after they think they could judge you or something, in a sense. It's like, oh, you're a Virgo. Oh, yeah. You're a, you know what I'm saying? And then come to find out, when you go deeper into the rabbit hole, I'm a Capricorn rising.
Okay.
And that's how people perceive me. Okay. So the way people perceive me is as a Capricorn, even though everything else in my chart is a Virgo.
Okay. So like, what does that mean? Like for somebody to like come like meet you, right? What does that mean? Like what personality traits do you have? Like how does that contribute to like you, the individual?
I think the way I perceive it, the way I've at least comprehended it so far, because I don't know everything, is more like, at least for Capricorn, what they tell me is like, they like, it's a goat. The Capricorn has like that BDE. You know what BDE is?
Yeah.
Do I say it out loud?
Say it. Go ahead. Let them know.
Like that big dick energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you walk in a room, either people get intimidated or people gravitate towards you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Literally. So a lot of people may hate, a lot of people may feel like they're intimidated, they don't want to like approach you, but they like, because of that energy, you know what I'm saying? And there's people that don't mind that energy and gravitate towards that energy and appreciate that energy and like glow with that energy, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the kind of like what I've gotten from that energy, you know what I'm saying?
That's fine. So you're that guy. Okay, I get it. And that comes off in your music as well, right? Your music, I don't think it's like, it's shy. I think you speak on every topic. I think you're very like, like sucio, right? Like in the essence, sucio. You feel me? Like you're nasty with it. You like bring back that typical like Dominican vibe when you listen to Dembow. But I feel like you go the extra mile, and it's not even in your Dembow and your rap music as well. You feel me? Like in a good way. Like I think that's a type of music. You feel me? Like back in the day, perreo was sucio. You feel me? Like it was very like sexually explicit. And I think you wouldn't tell that in your music, and I think that contributes to that.
I would say better than sushi, I would say raw.
Raw? Okay.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know how to say raw in Spanish, but sushi, I get it, and I understand too, because I've been reflecting a lot on my music recently, and I've had different experiences. Like, for example, I'm speaking on the phone with my dad. He lives in DR. He has a daughter and two sons, right? They're my sister. He's like, your sister loves your music, but every time I play your music, you're talking all this crazy shit.
Listen,
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, like I wasn't thinking that deep. I'm just making music based on whatever influence I have around or whatever it is. so lately, I don't know if y'all heard my latest project, FAMA, but literally 98%, 99% of the project is not talking about anything sucio, not cursing. It's more motivating or empowering or talking about an experience. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I've been more conscious now of what I actually create.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's bigger. That influence is bigger than just creating dumb down vibrational music for what.
No, I feel you, and I don't mean to put like any negative connotation. It is what it is, you know, like. Yeah, but that's you have a solid point. Your last album, FAMA, your latest project to release, it is more inspirational. It is more like uplifting. It's more about like the grind and the hustle versus, you know, like lengua, you know. So I did notice that, like, and we have to give you credit for that. But let's talk about it. You just dropped an album called FAMA. You have one feature on it. I believe it's 4 songs?
Yeah, it's 4 songs.
4 songs. Talk to us about FAMA, man. Like, talk to us. What motivated you to create that compilation of music, and how has that been like perceived by the people when you dropped it?
So FAMA, it started with me and Fuego being in the studio.
Okay.
We was in the booth with with Jay Medina and Mark Henry, and pretty much we was working on something for his album, and I was just in the room, we was vibing, creating, and it just came about, and we just happened to collaborate on the song, and from there, you know, I was like, you know, I feel like I don't just want to drop this one song. I want to give them 3 more songs that I feel like, you know, I just feel like the way the world is working right now is so fast that I feel like one is not enough.
Thanks.
So I was just like, you know, I feel like I got to give them something more with this one record. And, you know, that's kind of what I did with FAMA, just to like kind of go into, kind of shift the culture, shift the sound of what I was doing at the time, which was Dembow.
Okay. No, I appreciate that, man. And so it really came from that one song you made with Fuego, and you're like, this just can't be its own thing. Like, I could really create a story with a couple more songs. And then you kind of, you know, close that circle with 3. What is your favorite record off FAMA, and why?
It's tricky because I have, I have 2. I have 2 records. I'm not gonna lie. It's tricky because I think I have 2 that are my favorite, but I almost want to say like my favorite may have to be Coroné.
Okay.
Just because of how, like, ellos dudaron de mí, hasta mal hablaron, nunca vieron el sacrificio, toda la lucha que pasé. No cogí atajo, cogí el camino largo, se me viran par de amigos, creo que me acostumbré. Me acostumbré, ya nada a mí me sorprende, creo que me acostumbré. Yo coroné, ya nada a mí me sorprende, creo que me acostumbré. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that was lit. You know, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just, you know, and besides that, the number 1 that's right there is Rico Famoso.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo prefiero ser rico que famoso, ando maquiavélico. That's another, it's like, to me, that's more of a mode. Like, I'm going now, I'm about to get this money, I'm about to grind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives me that, like, rush. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
No, that's fine. Okay, no. And you know what I noticed when listening to your album is that those songs are a lot more about like the road to riches, and sometimes like riches, that end goal being alternative. Like, some people want to be rich, some people want to be, you know, wealthy, and like you talk about that. Like, I'd rather be rich than famous. You feel me? I'd rather be rich than famous. So what kind of like inspired you to even touch that topic? Like, what things have you noticed in your career that, you know, you're like, man, maybe fame isn't really worth it. I'd rather get to this money instead.
It's I feel like it was more influential in a sense of music. I feel like one day I just kind of, there's something that inspired me in a sense of like, I'd rather be rich than famous.
Yeah.
I forgot what song in the hip hop world that kind of influenced that quote. but at the same time is real. You know what I'm saying? Like fame is cool. Everybody knows you, but then when you got $100 in your bank account, when you got to pay bills and you got to make shit happen, it's like what is the fame at that point? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I say rich, I'm not necessarily just talking about the money. I'm talking about creating wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like educating yourself, putting yourself in a position where you're actually making money. You know what I'm saying? Being rich. You know what I'm saying? So being wealthy. So more than fame, because fame is fine. You could be famous, but are you going to monetize it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fine, man. I appreciate that. And then, like, as a listener as well, somebody who, like, I intentionally stay away from trap music just because it's not, like, relatable as much. And then I listen to your shit, and I remember, like, back in, like, 2016, 2015, when there was a lot of, like, trap music being released in the Spanglish world, and it was a lot of what you talked about. You feel me? It was more of, like, the hustle, the grind, you know,
Right.
the road to the riches, and more of, like, the journey versus, like, actually selling, you know, dope. You feel me? So,
Right, exactly.
so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. The album is called FAMA. It is out now. Stream it everywhere. We got a couple more questions, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after this. See. All right. And we're back at the Sala La Vibra. We're here with Nueve at the Kitchen DMV. I am Rami Forte, and we're talking about the upbringing, the lifestyle, new projects, the come up, everything Nueve today. So Nueve, my guy, you are Dominican. You raised in the Bronx, New York. Tell us about your upbringing. What really inspired you to become an artist, like early on? And tell us about that time in New York and in DR.
Man, so I was born in Dominican Republic, in Santo Domingo, the capital of Dominican Republic. And I don't remember too much about DR, but I got pretty much, moved to New York when I was 6, 7 years old, and living in New York changed everything, because going to New York, I was a foreigner. I didn't know the language. I didn't know English. So I went there knowing only Spanish, going to an all English school, being in like, bilingual class or ESO, or however they call it.
Yeah, that's it.
And I remember literally probably my whole entire life in New York was like kind of being bullied by like the American kids, because they would be like, oh, this Spanish kids, he speaks this, whatever, go back where you came from, you know what I'm saying, why you here. And in New York, it's a little different, because the kids will hate on you, but they're not just regular kids. Half of these kids, their parents are Bloods or Crips.
Ooh.
Now they're Bloods and Crips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're not just fighting a kid, now you're fighting a gang. You know what I'm saying? So now you have beef with this one kid. He pulls up with half his family, and half of them have flags, and now half of them have weapons, and now you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I thought I was just like defending myself. You know what I'm saying? So like that was a lifestyle in New York for me, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, not to bring that up, but you know, that's part of the things that, you know, you gotta, that mold you as, you know what I'm saying, in kind of like certain environments. Besides that, to go back to the music, I remember going after school in New York, and one of my friends, they would go and like rap battle.
Yeah.
And I remember that was like huge for me, because I would be so impressed, like the way their punchlines would be, the way they would like battle and talk about whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was just like very inspired by that. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, I feel like that's where kind of like the love for music started, and like the inspiration, listening out there. I wasn't listening to reggaeton. I wasn't listening to bachata. I was listening to 50 Cent.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm listening to like, You Can Find Me in the Club, Bottle for the Duck. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Eminem. I'm listening to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And those influences are different.
Yeah.
Like they're not just talking about music. They're talking about empowerment. They're talking about becoming a boss. They're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a little, like, you know, I know Diddy right now is in the hot seat, but he's a very big influence as well. You know what I'm saying? In the hip hop culture, when it comes to music, empowerment, just showing people that you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, from that, moving to Maryland, from New York, I met some people here that had a studio at their house already, my boy Gabe. And I remember literally within a week of moving to Maryland and being at my new school, he was like, yo, like I remember we was freestyling in class and stuff like that. And it just reminded me in New York, like, yo, we did that back in New York. I'm in class now. I'm with Nino Rubirosa. Shout out to Rubirosa, Nino. Nino's in the class, Gabe is in the class, and they start freestyling. I'm over here like, shit, that reminds me of back home. You know what I'm saying? So I start freestyling with them. Next thing you know, my boy Gabe, he's like, yo, I got some equipment at home. They're trying to record after school. And I'm like, shit, I've never recorded in my life, but I'm down. You know what I'm saying? So then after school, we started going to his house, and literally no plugins, no nothing. We just started recording, try to mimic what we heard, the 50 Cent songs, the Eminem songs. Like, we'll try to make certain hooks, certain things, you know what I'm saying? And from there, pretty much my whole high school, I was just, every day after high school, I would go to Gabe's house and just work on music, but for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So after I graduated from high school, it was like, what do I want to do? I didn't want to continue school. I didn't want to go to English and math class and what's that other shit, history class, whatever it is. And I told my mom, I did 1 year of college, but then after that, I dropped out, and I was like, yeah, I want to go to music school because that's what I'm passionate about, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to a school in New York called Institute of Audio Research, and I got my audio engineering certificate out there. And that's what I learned. I networked. I was out in New York, just like going to different studios. And, you know what I'm saying? I came back from New York and I opened up my first studio out here in the DMV. You know what I'm saying? After that, everything's history. Now we got the Kitchen DMV.
That's lit. I didn't know you went to music school, man. That's fire. That's fire. So you were like, I don't want to go to college. I want to go to music school. And you learned how to engineer. You learned how to produce, I'm assuming. And then you came out to the city. I wanted to talk about DC, and the DMV culture. It's unique in its own way. We contribute to it, of course. But back in the day, it was even more unique, right? The internet wasn't as big as it was. Social media wasn't as big as it was. So my question to you is, what made you stick around? You feel me? I know you possibly had family here, but what made you stick around in the DMV and like continue progressing in your career here as like your main headquarters type?
I'm not gonna lie. Originally, I moved here not willingly. It was because my mom moved out here. You know what I'm saying? I was still a teenager. But overall, I had the opportunity to move out of the DMV in 2020, 2019, 2020 during like COVID time.
Yeah.
And I actually moved to Florida. I moved to Miami.
Okay.
Because I feel like the music I make and just like kind of like what I was on, I feel like the market that I'm on was out in Miami.
Yeah.
So I actually moved out there, but then I realized, I built a lot out here.
Yeah.
With the studio and like a lot of the clientele and the artists that I work out here. It's more than just clients. You know what I'm saying? Like, we built like relationships. We built a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I kept coming back and forth from Miami to DMV, and I just realized like, yo, like, I get it. Everybody leaves the DMV. Everybody wants to leave and go to LA, go to Miami, go to New York. But who's going to stay and actually do something for the DMV or put on for the DMV? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what I ended up doing. Like, I feel like I chose to just come back to the DMV and build and grow here. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a lot of talent out here. There's a lot of like people that are hungry to get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like just coming back here and creating the kitchen here in the DMV would be the best thing to do, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to create something that could connect everybody in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. This is the one place you could go to and meet that one artist, meet that one producer, meet that one videographer, meet that one, you know what I'm saying, go get that interview, go get that photo shoot, you know what I'm saying? And that's I see that vision. We're right next to the Fillmore. You know what I'm saying? We downtown Silver Spring. It's like the heart of literally the DMV, and we're fortunate to be here. So it's just like, like I said earlier in the interview, in the beginning of the interview, the stars are aligned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm not forcing anything, and I feel like this is where it belongs.
No, that's fire, man. I appreciate like when your approach to the business is not centered around like what can make me money. Just like it's not selfish. It's like what can I do that I'm passionate about that I could grow other people, and then I could do the work that I do, right? So like,
Exactly.
I really appreciate that about like your that's kind of like your mission statement. That's kind of like your brand. Like, yeah, the artist, but also the innovator, the business entrepreneur, you know, the community builder. There's a lot to you that not a lot of people know because they're so stick on like on the music and what you portray. But there's a lot of things that you do behind the scenes. Kind of like any like Jay-Z, like any big person like Meek Mill, like they're Lil Durk, all these people have businesses and brands behind them, and they're building people up. It's not just like them. You feel me? Even like Kendrick Lamar. And I know it's going to continue rising, so I appreciate that, and I applaud you for that. You feel me? On top of that, you talked about the Kitchen DMV. You built the studio here located in Silver Spring, Maryland, right next to the Fillmore. What has been so far like, no, let me rephrase that question. Why choose to create a studio that welcomes the community? Like, what motivated you to be that person, to be like, all right, you know, the Kitchen DMV is a spot for everybody. You know, why do that? You could have been selfish. You could have like got that money and like paid for like a whole fucking, you know, penthouse in like Cali or some shit. You feel me? You could have put that towards like a chain. You feel me? But you decided to create this space. So why do that?
Man, it's a lot to it. But I feel like one of the things that I learned that I feel like I didn't get till I got was like, they say one thing is like you can invest into things, but another thing is to invest into people.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like to me the connection I have with people is greater than the connection I have with money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like money is great, but what is the connection I have with the people that I'm working with? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, that's greater. You know what I'm saying? That fulfills me in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't know. I'm just going with where my passion is at. Like they say, if you love what you do, you would never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I haven't worked in the last 10, 12 years because this is what I love. You know what I'm saying? So if I could do this for the rest of my life and grow it and help other people grow and help other people succeed, the more people that succeed, the more I succeed.
Oh, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So
now I wanted to ask, you know, you see so many artists come through here. You're constantly meeting new OGs, you feel me? Like you helping build artists. If you can name like a good 3 to 4 or 5 artists that you have like memorable experiences as they've come to the Kitchen DMV, who would they be?
memorable. I mean, based on history, based on years left, I mean, of course, Nino Rubirosa, that's my guy. I feel like I started making music with him. You know, he's one of the people that I even learned from in the studio. You know what I'm saying? But besides him at the studio, like, you know, Fat Trail,
Okay.
I remember him. There's so many stories with Fat Trail. I remember he sent somebody to Chipotle, like a runner, you know, like, yo, you know, we need Fat Trail. He wants a burrito. I remember him saying he wanted double chicken, lettuce, hot sauce. I don't know if he had corn or not, but no rice.
Just straight up meat.
Straight up chicken and like lettuce and everything else, hot sauce and shit. I never heard it in my life. I'm like, that's crazy. But besides that, like,
I like how that memory is based off like that random thing.
it's so random. It's always the random
No, that's fine.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Dave East. I remember I used to record Dave East at my house when I had my studio at my crib, and he'll come every time. He used to make like 6, 7, 8 songs every session, and one day he comes through, and he's like, "Yo, guess what? Kevin Durant hit me up." I'm like, "Damn, okay." He's like, "Yeah, he's trying to fly me out to Kentucky." That's when I think Kevin Durant was playing with KC, and they trying to fly me out there. He got a studio, and he trying to like work with me, and I'm like, "Shit, that's fire." That was the last time I seen that nigga. After that, I signed with Nas.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? He got signed with Nas, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I was there when that moment happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of memorable occasions.
That's fine though, man.
Yeah.
I like that. See, the Kitchen DMV is not just, you know, Spanish related music. Like, it's for everybody, you know. Like, that's what I've noticed. Like, people come in here, do classical music. You got rock stars that come in this.
Spanish.
You know,
we had a Cherry in here the other night.
yeah, we've had Cherry.
A Cherry is, I know it's crazy. I pulled up at like 2:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, bright ass green hair. I'm like, bro, how at night you can still see your hair? Like, is that shit glow in the dark? It's like you got glow in the dark tint or something.
That's funny.
You
can't. Had Chatty.
You know what I'm saying? So,
East, Fat Trail, Nino.
Fuego.
A lot of cool people. People. That's fine.
Beautiful. Like, it's like the spectrums go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody be in this joint. Yeah. That's lit. Name 5 artists that inspired you to make.
That inspired me to make music.
Inspired or
currently inspired. 5 artists. Does it have to be in a certain order?
Like people you looked up to.
I would say Kanye West, Jay-Z. Just in the business aspect, Jay-Z, and Kanye West in the creative aspect. I love the visuals. I love like his point of view, the way he approaches music. Currently in the Latin world, I'm inspired by Eladio Carrion. His music, his flows, he thinks about what he's creating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love people that really go deep into music, not just like, you know, anything. You know what I'm saying? I would say Bad Bunny, of course, but I don't want to sound too typical, but clearly he's one of the greats by everything that he's done. And to end it, I would say Lil Wayne. Okay. You know, did I say 50 Cent already?
You did.
I did, right?
You said Jay-Z, Kanye.
Oh, shit. I didn't say 50.
Yeah, but you...
So I'm going to end it with 50 and Lil Wayne. 50 and Lil Wayne are probably my biggest influence growing up because that was everything I heard, everything I listened. You know what I'm saying? From Hot Boys all the way to Cash Money, Young Money, you know what I'm saying? Carter One, Sorry, that's Jay-Z. Now, they both got the same projects, though. Yeah. Kind of, right?
Yeah, Lil Wayne has Carter.
Yeah, but Jay-Z got... Anyways. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what I would say my influences musically.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Who were some artists from DR that you grew up listening to?
From DR?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Because if I listen to any artist in DR, I don't think they're a rapper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Juan Luis Guerra, Antonio Rosario. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to, like, what my dad is playing. Like, my dad was playing Kenny G. Like, my dad was playing classical music with violins and shit, and saxophones. I'm over here, like, you know, I guess, you know, but... In Dominican Republic, I would say hip-hop influence, definitely El Lapis, Moza La Para. Those were like I was on YouTube stuck when Moza La Para used to battle people. Like, you know, I used to love the way he would just come up with shit quick, you know what I'm saying? So I would say Moza La Para for sure. Yeah.
Top 5 things that people do not know about Nueve.
Top 5 things?
Yeah.
About Nueve. I would say most people don't know I record myself and mix myself. You know what I'm saying? Damn. I don't know.
People don't know about you, man.
I don't know what people don't know about me. I'm single.
Single?
Let me see. Coming out with a clothing brand and a new collection for the winter. Something people don't know right now. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too hard. What's something else they don't know about me? I don't play video games. And I don't watch sports.
You don't watch sports. Damn, that's crazy.
And I don't bet and parlays and none of that. Yeah. And I only have sex with one girl at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm having sex with you, it's just you. Believe me. You know?
That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. 5 things Nueve can't live with.
Can't live without my mom's cooking. Number 1. I'm going to definitely need that recipe because I need to make that for the rest of my life, or at least my wife, whoever my wife's wives are, they're going to make sure you have my mom's recipe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make them compete. Like, here's the recipe. Y'all all make it. Whoever makes it the best, stay with me tonight.
That'd be a funny concept. Look for
That's fire. My 5 wives cooking for me. Unless I have 9. I don't know. That's one thing. Number 2, I don't want to say weed, but I think weed is something that I've grown to like love in a sense of like that it does calm me down and kind of eases me and kind of balances me out. It's not, I don't need it, but it's something that I feel like I've grown to love, but that's why I don't know if that's a good answer. But it's there, number 2. Number 3, I would say music, 100%. Something that's therapeutic for me as well. I feel like anytime I need to express myself, anytime I need to, literally just that, I go into the booth, I go into the studio, and I literally vent.
Yeah, make a banger.
What's that, 3? 4, I would say the internet, unfortunately, but the internet is the way we connect to the world, the way we make money, the way we innovate nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So the internet would be number 4. And number 5, can live without, it's crazy. But number 5, food. I love food. I love new restaurants. I love trying new things. The other day I tried a bone marrow. I was with my little Russian boo. She wanted to try some bone marrow, and we ordered some bone marrow, and we ate some bone marrow. It was one little scoop. They even gave you a little spoon. But
That's crazy.
it was a little spoon.
Okay.
I was like, wow, we eating.
So we got mom's cooking, we got music, we got weed, we got the internet, and bone marrow.
I didn't say bone marrow. I said food. I can live without bone marrow.
Hey, you said bone marrow like 10 times. Got in my brain.
Food.
You're funny. All right. All right, you ready for this? We're going to do a versus challenge. I'm going to name an artist, right? And then I'm going to say another artist's name. And you decide who stays in the ranking, right? It's a versus. It's a battle. It's not like who's better than the other. It's just a battle, okay? Person, right? So nobody take a vibe. Yeah. So, all right, you ready? El Alfa versus Shallow Shack.
El Alfa.
El Alfa versus Líder con la Casa.
El Alfa.
El Alfa versus Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny versus J1.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny versus Bulín 47.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny versus Chimbala.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny versus Kiko el Crazy.
Bad Bunny. Why you bring Bad Bunny?
Because you haven't knocked them down yet. Bad Bunny versus Angel Dior.
Bad Bunny.
All right, Bad Bunny versus Lapis.
Bad Bunny.
All right, Bad Bunny versus Rochi RD.
That's like a fight in this. You didn't see the Dragon Ball Z, like.
Yeah, I knew it. That's why I left him for the last one.
Oba boom boom boom, oba boom boom boom. And then this.
That'd be crazy.
And Bad Bunny come. What's in the Dembow song? When he copy Oba boom boom at too.
Yeah.
Can I think about it right now? Rochi
RD. Okay. Rochi RD versus 9.
Sí. Tengo que hacer la 9 porque al final del día hay otra historia después de Rochi.
So, ya tú sabes, you heard it here first, man. We got 9 in the building. We talked about his life. We talked about his upbringing. We talked about his music, his passions, his motivations. Talked about the Kitchen DMV. So, you already know. I need y'all to like, share, subscribe. And for the last few seconds of the show, I'm going to have Nueve close us out, man. Tell them what's up.
Ya tú sabes que lo que, you already know what it is. Nueve. Y'all can follow me on Instagram or social media, YouTube, Google, whatever you want. Number 9 UEVE. And you'll find me everywhere. Nueve. See?
Let's go.